Alright, so these three guys here, they've got their weights, they've got their graphite, they're pretty fast on the track, they're screwed together. I want to take the screws out, and I want to take the axles and polish them up, and then compare that to my last video. Let's see what difference it makes. Probably a lot. Next. So first, here's Sweet Tangerine. Let's do some wheel spin on this. That's pretty good. I'm sure we can get a lot better. Well, that's still going. Alright, it stopped. Alright, just for a reference. That was a bad spin. That's pretty good back there. This front one, that's pretty good too. All right, so let's take these out. See what I can do on this. So here's Sweet Tangerine. It's a 2020 Toyota GR Supra. I'm going to take it apart and see what I did on the axle alignment in the first place as I modified the interior. So let's start there. I'll take the screws out. So here it is apart. The windshield's been blacked out. Weights have been added. The entire interior is gone. But what I did is I took the axle jigs, whatever you call them, cut those off the main body, and then carefully glued each one back in, and this gives the axle stability. So that's what I did on this one. Well, crap, what am I going to do now? I can't get the polisher in there. So, I don't know if you can see that at all, but I actually cut off these axle things and glued them in. So I can't just cut that piece off in the middle. This gives the axle stability left and right, up and down. So, well, hell. Let me see how I did the other ones, because it seems like this is doing pretty good with these axle holder upper uppers holding the axle in place. Let me see what I did to the other ones. Next. Alright, so here's the other two guys. We got key lime pie and banana split. Let me take these apart and see what I did to them. So, key lime pie, I did the same thing. I removed the entire interior, but I cut off the axle alignment pieces of plastic and glued them in very carefully to keep this from wiggling too much. And there's the weights. Whoops. Alright, and now we've got banana split, which I've done differently but is also fast. I cut out the entire interior, but I kept the back and the front axle jigs, and the thing sits perfectly together with the windshield in and everything, just like it was never cut. So these, I can do those pretty easily. But the two I sent in to 3D, I don't have these pieces glued in. They've got the interior, but I did cut that little one tab. You got 1, 2 on this side, 1 on this side. I cut this one off, polished the axles, and then super glued them back in with the activator. And that keeps the axle from bouncing around. I didn't think that would be a good idea when I was first experimenting with these a few years ago. So we're going to do this guy first. Cut out the axle. We're going to get some polishing. Hang on. Next. So this Flitz polish is pretty nice. Metal, plastic, and fiberglass. That works pretty good. I've also got this metal polish cream. If I can put it on the damn camera. For chrome, aluminum, and mag wheels. So that's really not what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. Alright, and the other thing is I've got these different types of buffing wheels. That's a medium. That's a hard. That's a very soft. Not even going to use this. I'm probably just going to use this guy, like I did the last time. And then those wheels spin forever. Well, really not forever, but for a really long time. Really long time. So let's get to it. Now my wheel jig or my batteries. I'm going to put these in the vise. I think, how the hell did I do this before? I'll be right back when I remember. So before you cut these out, I've got my drill press vise. I've got 2 parallels here. I got some AA batteries. They're dead. Make sure they're dead, or things are going to get hot. Make sure this is good. Forward, backward, make sure it's in the middle, and then gently tighten it up. Double check. Everything's sitting right there. Make it tight. Check again. Alright, now you can take it off and go cut these out. So what I'm going to do, and I don't know if it's the best way, but it's the way I do it, is there's 3 little clips, and I just snip off the first clip. Oh, there it goes. Alright, that's the front. And that's the rear. Keep these separate. Front's on the right, rear's on the left. Now, I bring them over to my Dremel 3000. Put these polishing wheels on. Probably going to use this one. That's what I used last time. And a pair of needle nose pliers to hold this while I polish this part right here. Alright, next. So we start by dropping the damn cap. Crap. Just put a little bit on here. And kind of rub it in. That way it don't fly all over the damn place. You want to keep this on a low speed. And the cap's over there. Put your safety glasses on. You don't want this shit in your eyeball. Alright, I got my duckbill pliers. That should work. I really don't know where my needle nose are. And that should work. I'll turn this on at a low speed. That's really all it takes. You get any corrosion off of there, any impurities, polishes up real nice. And that should be all it takes for that side. So now that they're polished, if you do this correctly, they kind of hold in there pretty damn good. And everything's aligned. All you got to do is just try to make sure. See, I don't do the rubber band thing. I just hope for the damn best. Now I get my super glue. I'll put a drop here, a drop there. Put some activator on there. And it's done. Let me make sure the super glue's still working. Alright, drop of super glue. I sprayed it. They're in there. I think they're kind of equal. That's a little off. I got to get one of those stands with the rubber bands. The back one's perfect. The front one's a little bit to the left. But still spins like hell. Nice. Next will be more graphite, put it back together. Alright. I'll do the other three, the other two, same way. Well, no, on these, like I said, I gotta take out these axle jigs. Whoop, there goes one. I mean, they work pretty nice. I need a needle nose to take those out. So now I can cut this out with taking these off. That one's going to take a little work. And then I can polish these axles and do the same thing. Alright. Next will be testing. That'll be tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. So I fixed the front one, so it's pretty much perfectly aligned left and right. I got some glue in the hole, but you can fix that with a knife and gently put it in there and turn it and scrape out the glue from both directions. And that way your studs will line back up. Alright, do the same with the back. Damn it, get in there. Just gently, don't put a lot of pressure. You're not carving anything, you're just getting the glue off. Alright, time to put this puppy back together. Alright, so here goes banana split. Whoops. Get back in there. There we go. Now I just put the screws in. Oh, wait a minute, he's not done. That's backwards. Wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, there we go. I remember the front one I put Loctite in, so it's a little bit red right there. Alright, and that would be this guy. I probably want the bigger screwdriver. Yeah, I want the bigger screwdriver. Where'd I put it? I got it here somewhere. Oh, this guy. Alright, this guy works better. Because with that Loctite, this was loose, now it's super tight. 256, tapped and threaded. Oh yeah, that's solid. Come on, puppy dog. Now I may want to put Loctite on this one too. Well, maybe not. Alright, there's banana split. Need a new graphite, and we'll be done. So here's the wheel. After all 6 axles are polished, it's black. That's all the tarnish that came off the metal by using this. Anyways, just wanted to show you. Time for another wheel before I do any more. But actually, this is more abrasive now than when it was clean. So yeah, that's a lot of tarnish. That'll make a difference. We'll race them tomorrow. See what happens. Later. Alright, so I did it. All 6 axles are polished. Cars are put back together. Tomorrow I'll do the graphite and run them down the track. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow. Kind of cold tonight. So anyways, we'll see how they do. Later.